Yogis. All right, I'm Kate. We have an hour of yoga together. If you want my playlist and you haven't pulled it up yet, it's Summer Yoga 20. It's the title of that. We'll press play at the same time, so hopefully the music aligns. If you would like anything for balance, absolutely grab it. There's nothing that I'll require for class in terms of props. All right. Now, if you have that playlist pulled up, we're going to press play at the same time. So you'll do it in 3, 2, and press play. You want to make sure it's not on shuffle. That's something we've all done a few times, I think. And then come to lie on your back in Shavasana to begin. Spread out, take up space. Let yourself settle in to your mat. Let go of any immediate thoughts, expectations, trepidation. Just be right where you are. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel your body start to grow a little heavier. Feels like it's melting into the floor. And maybe it's the temperature starting to cool down. I know I opened all my windows last night. It's actually a little cold inside. Now, when you breathe, you can feel the rise and fall of your chest. Can you feel the expansion of your rib cage and then the closing in? Can you feel your belly rise and fall? And I want you to follow that pattern of your breath. The puffing of your chest, the expansion of your ribs, the widening of your belly. And then as everything comes down, pulls in and falls. It's like a wave moving up and down your body. And this right here can be the simplest form of meditation. So if you feel yourself getting too caught up in your thoughts throughout practice, lie down, close your eyes, and find the pattern of your breath once more. And if you're looking for ways to enhance your practice, find the same wave of breath as you move, as you hold, as you challenge yourself in difficult poses. Always coming back to your breath. Now, with that breath, can you measure your inhales and exhales? When you match your inhale length to your exhale length, they've seen it in brain scans, it immediately starts to calm your brain. It's a full body inhale and a full body exhale. That peace, that calm, that release of tension into every fiber of your body. Now, you're welcome to stay just as you are for a little bit longer. In fact, you could spend your entire yoga practice just like this, and guess what? You're still doing yoga. If you'd like to move your body, start really small. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Open and close your jaw. Now, make circles with your wrists and your ankles. You can rock your chin from shoulder to shoulder. And then bring your arms overhead to find a long body stretch. Point your toes while you do this. Take a deep breath in, fill all the way up, and give a great big open mouth exhale. Then roll onto the left side of your body in fetal position. Use your bicep as your pillow. Bring your knees into your chest. And take a few breaths here, soaking up a little energy from the earth to carry with you through your practice. slowly, gently, begin to make your way into tabletop. There's no rush to get there. How the cracks as you start to move. I don't know if you can hear mine. When you find tabletop, your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Now, immediately notice where your body naturally kind of falls in this position. Generally, you get the arch in your lower back, your shoulders kind of squeeze back, maybe a little hyperextension in your elbows. So now, make it a little stronger. Push into the ground and put a soft bend to your elbows. Not a big one, but enough that your joints are safe. As you push into the ground, your shoulders will start to round out. Keep that roundness, that strength. And now draw your hip bones up and in. It's almost like a tiny little scoop of your pelvis underneath you. Pull your belly button towards your spine, lift it towards your sternum, and zip your ribs together. This is Uddiyana Bandha, your core lock. It will keep your spine safe through all the movements that we do. It will fuel all the balances and all the twists that we do. So keep that engagement and dip your belly and lift your gaze. This is cow pose. Stretch through the front line of your body. And then around your spine, carve out your belly to cat pose. And now do it with your breath. Inhale, dip your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, chin to chest, tailbone points down. Do a few of these on your own, moving with your breath. Inhales, drop your belly. Exhales, round you out. And you can start to add on to those movements. You could draw your hips all the way back and bring your chest all the way forward. You could find barrel rolls, starting to wake up your sides. You could add a wrist stretch in there if you like. There are no wrong movements at all. It's whatever feels good in your body this morning. And make your way back into your flat back tabletop. Keep that strength in your body. Curl your toes underneath you and lift your knees an inch or so from the floor to hover tabletop. Naturally, your hips want to come back, so push into your toes. Bring your heels over the ball mounds of your feet and work to keep your hips low in line with your shoulders. Now, it's meant to be hard, especially first thing in practice, but you're building heat in your muscle fibers so that when you start to move and stretch a little further, they're not cold. Let the heat in. It's okay if you set your knees down, but try to hold it for just one more breath. All right, knees come down, walk your hands to the right, inhale. Exhale, pull your hips to the left. Crawl your fingers forward on the floor, grip the floor with your palms, pull your shoulders down your back. When you inhale, feel the whole left side of your body. When you exhale, pull further back to deepen the stretch under your left arm. Be sure to keep your hips lifted off of your heels here rather than bringing them all the way down. That changes the stretch. If you need more, just place your left hand on top of the right one. And then walk your hands through the center over to the left. Inhale, exhale, hips to the right. Fingers curl forward, grip the floor, pull your shoulders. Inhale, work to fill the right side of your body. Exhale, pull further back. And again, hips stay lifted, but if you want more on this side, your right hand is on top of your left. And then bring it back to the center and tabletop. Curl your toes underneath you. Hover tabletop again. Belly button in, ribs draw together. Keep your gaze at that top edge of your mat so your neck is long and neutral versus looking down between your hands or your knees, which is kind of naturally what we want to do here. Press more weight into your fingertips. And then you're squeezing your fingertips towards the heel of your hand. Your knuckles may even lift a little from the ground. That works to take the tension out of your wrists. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, down dog. Lift your hips. Right away, start to pedal your feet, lifting alternate heels. Keep your head heavy. Your gaze is towards your feet. And now put a deep bend in your right knee and push your left heel closer to your mat. Draw your chest a little closer towards your thighs. And then release your right heel down and bend your left knee. Take that big stretch in the belly of your right hamstring and calf. And then switch. And then switch. And do it one more time. All right. Now, coming into stillness and downward facing dog. Tailbone points high. Belly button and chest pull towards your thighs. Draw your shoulders down your back. Take a breath. And let it go. Inhale, stretch your right toes high. Exhale, bend your knee, open through your hip. Take a few circles with your knee here. Reverse the direction of those circles. Inhale, toes stretch high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Carve out your belly and pause just a moment. Push into the floor, round your shoulders, make it strong. Inhale, toes high. Exhale, knee to nose again, bring it forward. One last time, inhale, toes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Now keep your belly carved out as you step all the way through to low lunge and set your left knee down to the ground. Inhale, crescent moon. Arms reach high, shoulders over hips. Exhale as you drop further into your hips. Gently pull the right hip back. That pushes the left hip forward so your hips are square with the front of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out and twist to the right. Sweep your right hand back, pull your left hand forward. Keep your hips squared to the front of your mat. It's just your chest that opens to the side. Shoulders still upright over your hips, crown of your head reaching high. Take a breath. Let it out. Inhale back to crescent moon. Exhale, find a little back bend. Cactus your arms, elbows wide. Lift your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Toe heel your right foot to the outer edge of your mat. Here's a modified runner's lunge. You can stay like this. You can come down to your forearms. You can move around a little, but you're waking up that right hip a little further here. So whatever you need to make that happen, you take it. If you want just a really big stretch, try pushing your knee away. All right, now come back to your palms if you came to your forearms and curl your left toes underneath you. Lift your back knee. From here, walk your hands to the left so your whole body is opening to that left side. Keep your right knee bent, keep the left leg long. So here, you can move around a little. Walk your hands through center and then bend your left knee, lengthen your right leg, and you can bring it back through. You can do that a few times. And then walk your hands forward to a low lunge. Pivot to face the front of your mat. Make sure the heel of your hands are pressed down, not just your fingertips here. Inhale, send your right toes high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Give your feet a pedal. Take a breath and let it go. Other side, inhale, left toes reach high. Exhale, bend your knee, open through your hip. Take a few circles. Bring those circles both ways. Inhale, toes stretch high, close your hip. Exhale, knee to nose, pause, push into the ground, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, toes high. Exhale, knee to nose, carve it out. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, knee to nose, keep your belly carved up to step all the way through. Low lunge. Set your right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, arms high. Exhale, pull back with your left hip, push the right hip forward. I want you to feel the stretch in the front of your right hip flexor and your right thigh. As you do this, ribs still draw together rather than get lazy with it. Let them go. Drop your shoulders, broaden your upper body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remember, keep your hips squared to the front. Exhale and twist to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. It can help to continue pushing that right hip bone forward through the twist to keep your hips squared. Find the deepest twist, a full twist through your spine. Extend your wrists straight up from your shoulders. Maybe your gaze comes back even. Good. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, cactus arms, little back bend. It's not very big. Pull your collarbones back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor inside of your foot. Toe heel your foot to the outer edge of your mat. And again, you can stay like this. You can come to your forearms, you can move around, or just simply hold still, whatever you need for the left side here. All right. Now, come to your palms, curl your right toes underneath you and lift your knee. Then walk your hands to the right. You're opening your whole body to the right side this time. Your left knee is bent, your right leg is long. Now this time, lengthen your spine. Pull your chest forward. Now feel that big stretch in your right hamstring. Pull back with your left knee. Increase the stretch through your left hip as well. Flex your toes, pull them back towards your shin. Now walk your hands through center. You'll hold the stretch in this leg. Press your right knee back. Lengthen at your left leg. Flex your toes. Lift your chest slightly forward. Feel the length in your spine, and it'll increase the stretch throughout your whole body. Soften your knee just a little so that you're not hyperextending here. All right, and then walk your hands forward into low lunge to the front of your mat. Heel of your hands are down. Inhale, stretch your toes high. And exhale to downward facing dog. Give your feet a pedal. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come forward to a high plank pose and hold. Hip bones up and in. Push into your toes. Bring your heels over the ball mounts of your feet. Knees, of course, are an option here. Now, everything in your body should be pretty warm. Here you're making sure that your core is strong and ready to go. Pretty much all of the movements that we take in our physical asana, that physical portion of practice, involves core. Everything stems from this general region of your body, wrapping all the way around. And a plank is the best way to wake up every single muscle in your body. Hip bones up and in, ribs together. Plank, you are in a board shape, one long line from your heels or knees through the crown of your head. Tuck your chin just a little, gaze at the top edge of your mat for one more breath in. Exhale, lift your hips into downward facing dog. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward, feet hip width distance apart. Here, take a ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows, hang your head heavy, and sway a little side to side. Take a little movement. Keep your knees soft. Switch your grip, opposite form to the front. Come to the center, still, and then nod your head. Yes. Shake it. No. Loosen up your neck. Good. Now release your grip. Hands towards the floor. Put a deeper bend to your knees. Start to roll up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Keep your spine rounded as you come up. Your chin will be the last thing to lift when you get to the top. Give your shoulders a few shrugs up towards your ears and down your back. Bring them forward and down. Now, palms face forward. Step your feet together. Lift the arches of your feet. You'll feel more pressure on the outer edges. Draw your hip bones up and in. You're scooping your whole pelvis underneath you. So keep that scoop and bring your arms all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your gaze between your hands. Angle your pinkies slightly in. Stretch your fingertips as high as you can, but drop your shoulders as low as you can. So it's the difference between shoulders squeezing to ears and broadening your whole upper body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, connect your palms, draw them to your heart, and close your eyes. Set an intention for your practice. What brought you to your mat this morning? What keeps you coming back to your mat each time? Whatever this thing is for you today, see it clearly in your mind. Release the air from your lungs all together. Take a full breath in and a great big open up exhale. And then seal your lips. Constrict the muscles in the base of your throat. Ujjayi pranayama. Use this breath throughout the rest of your practice. That texture, it builds heat. You use that heat for your practice. If at any time you can no longer find Ujjayi breath, lie down. Breathe. All right. Open your eyes. Inhale to Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, find a little back bend. Lift your heart so you can bend your elbows if it feels good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist to the right. Pause just a moment here. When you twist to the right, if your right hip starts to pull back, push it forward. Hips stay squared to the front, just your chest opens to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist it to the left and watch what happens with your left hip. If it pulls back, push it forward, upper body only. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Push into your shins or your thighs, not your knees. Your knees don't bend that way. I want you to pause a moment right here. Really actively push into your legs. Feel the length in your spine. Every time you're in a halfway lift, keep it this strong. It's not a passive movement. The more you push, the longer your spine grows, the more you engage your core to hold that length. Put more weight in your toes. Your heels could even start to lift a tiny bit. That's how much weight is forward. Take a breath. Exhale to a high plank. Step your feet back. Hip bones round up and in. Now, you can come down to your knees here for this one. Hip bones stay up and in and bend your elbows and come about halfway down to the floor. Now, if your shoulders started to round forward, round them back behind you, lengthen your neck. Squeeze your elbows in, make them touch your sides. Press into your fingertips as hard as you can. Grip the floor tightly. Next, inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your arms to an upward facing dog. Exhale, extended child's pose. Draw your hips all the way back. Feel like you're a big stretch through your upper body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come forward to tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Toes curl under, hips lift high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades pull together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale, find that little back bend. Pull your collarbones away from each other. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep your right hip pushing forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Left hip pushes forward. Inhale, back to center, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Arms can be wider at heart center. Inhale to a halfway lift. Keep your chin slightly tucked here. Exhale, high plank pose, and hold. Now, shoulders directly over your wrists. Set your knees down again. Hip bones up and in. Your butt's not out behind you. That board from your knees through the crown of your head. Now, bend your elbows, come halfway down. Then lift back to the top. Halfway down and lift. Halfway down and lift. You are waking up your chaturanga muscles. Keep your shoulders back, not rounding forward. Keep your neck as long as you can. Don't turtle it. You always turtle it in chaturanga. Keep it really strong and do it one more time and hold it. Low plank. Keep your elbows in tight. Take one breath. Good. Inhale to upward facing dog. Push the floor away from you. Lift your chest. Hip bones stay up and in. Exhale, extended child's pose. Send your hips all the way back. Take a full breath in. A slow breath out. Good. Inhale, come forward to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Take one breath in and one breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale, back down. Take a breath. Slowly exhale. Full body inhale. Full body exhale. All right, here we move on. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, bend your knees. Sink into your hips, arms overhead, and breathe. Now, chair is a place that we go to almost every single class. So it's really easy to forget those things that make it important and strong in your body. Feet together, knees together, everything's squeezing. If that doesn't feel good, or if your knees want to go out, or knock-kneed, if your heels want to go out, I want you to separate your feet hip-width distance apart, keeping your feet parallel. That's important. That protects your back. No matter which variation you take, scoop your pelvis, hip bones up and in. Keep your lower belly fully engaged here. And then sink a little lower in your hips. Build heat in your thighs. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Airplane your arms. Sink lower in your hips as your palms reach towards the floor, fingertips long behind you. Open your chest, but keep your ribs pulling together. Core lock does not go away. Good. Inhale, back to chair. Stay low in your hips, but arms are high. Exhale, airplane your arms. Get a little lower in your hips. Palms to the floor. One more like that. Inhale, chair, arms up. Exhale, airplane arms. Get even lower. Hold it right here for a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, Tadasana. Rise and stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog, little bends to your elbows. Exhale, down dog, lift your hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bring your right toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Carve out your belly as you step through. Inhale, crescent lunge and hold. Now, find your balance here. Of course, your left knee is there for an option if your balance is not strong this morning. Pull back with your right knee. Push your left hip forward. Right toes in front of knee. Back heel over the ball mound of your foot rather than bending your knee and sinking back. Your whole body pushes forward. Shoulders over your hips. Keep it strong and get a little lower. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward. Now, you've done this quite a few times now. Right hip back, left hip forward. Just keep saying it in your head. Constantly moving your body millimeter by millimeter, increasing that twist. Now, when we flow this will happen at the same time. But for starters, I want you to practice it a few times. Inhale, come back to crescent lunge. When the arm sweeps forward and up, your right leg will lengthen. Do it again. Bend your knee, come into your twist, and then bring it forward and up, lengthening your leg. Yeah. All right. Now, inhale, crescent lunge, lengthen your front leg. Exhale, start to open to the left, bend your left knee, and come down to the ground. Your right leg stays long. So you've been here before in a big stretch, but this time, I want you to focus on your right leg. Dig your heel into your mat. Flex your toes. Bend your knee a little. Now, in this position, squeeze all of the muscles in your right thigh as hard as you can. That engagement is really important. Push into your heel a little harder. Can you feel your hamstrings start to engage? Good. I want you to remember that feeling. We're going to use it later. Walk your hands forward to a low lunge. Pivot all the way to the front of your mat. And again, when we flow, these movements are going to be combined rather than pausing. But in your low lunge, hips are all the way forward. Left hand stays down. Right hand lifts into a twist. Lots of twisting today. Now, put more focus on your core strength here rather than just resting on your left hand. If you were to lift your left hand up here, nothing would change in your body because all of that work is coming from within the core. Good. Now, that hand is still down though. Pivot to the outer edge of your left foot. So you're rolling further back. Pinky edge side of your left foot is down. Arch of your foot is reaching up. Take a full breath in. Exhale to side plank. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Now, as you do that, of course, your left knee can come down to the ground for support. If you stagger your feet, one in front of the other, you'll have a little more balance. If you want more work, you stack your feet. If you really want more, in that big movement, your right leg floats as it comes back. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Inhale to a high plank pose. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. And inhale, left toes high. Exhale, low lunge, step it forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale here, breathe, settle in. Again, this is a pose we've done 8,000 times maybe. So it can start to feel almost passive. We don't spend much time thinking about what our bodies do in this pose. I want you to focus on it. These are moves that build so much strength in your body, and they are the basis for every other pose that we do off of it. So if it's not really strong in your body or those muscles aren't fully engaged, it's gonna be really hard to progress practice. So squeeze the muscles in your left thigh, straight down to your femur. Hip bones up and in. Broad upper body, breathe in. Breathe out, twist it to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. Keep pushing the right hip forward, left hip back, right hip forward, left hip back. You're finding that full twist through your spine. Your gaze can come to the back even. Keep the right leg really long. Keep pushing into your toes. Now, oftentimes you can start to lean forward here. So draw your whole body upright. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale back to crescent lunge. Lengthen your left leg. All right, and try that a few times on this side. Bend your knee, come back into your twist, and then unlift, unlift. Lift and untwist. All right, now from here, you're coming all the way up, lengthen both legs, pivot up to the right, bend your right hand, come down to the ground. Now, in this position, go back with your right knee. Your left leg is long. Put the focus here. Flex your foot. Dig your heel in hard into the mat. You're pushing into the earth. Bend your knee. Squeeze all the muscles in your leg. All of them. That whole engagement. You can even put your hand on your leg. Make sure that everything's squeezing tight. Yeah, your calf muscle, everything's going to work here for you. That strength is going to be very important. Walk your hands forward. Find your lunge. Now, in your lunge, your right hand will stay down. Your left hand will lift into your twist. This is a dragonfly twist. Shoulders are stacked. Your left wrist is directly over your shoulder, not overhead, not behind you, or behind you that way. Now, lift out of your right shoulder. You're lifting up. You're not bearing weight down into your right palm here. Rotate to the outer edge of your right foot. So when you twist, your body starts to open to the left. Here it's further opening. Take a full breath in. Exhale, side plank. Send the left foot back. And remember, there's lots of different variations of plank you can take as you do it, especially this first time through. Just see what muscles are working for you. Your obliques, side of your abdomen, working super hard to keep your hips lifted. Your lats underneath your armpit, wrap around your shoulder blade. You squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep the crown of your head reaching forward. Don't let your head get heavy. You're almost there. You got it. All right, one more breath. Inhale to your high plank pose. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Do you still have your Ujjayi breath? If not, come back to it. Constrict the muscles in your throat. Build the heat. All right, and flow it. One breath, one movement. It's gonna go a little bit faster. All right, are you ready? Yes, you are. Take a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, airplane your arms, just the one time. Get nice and low. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Send it out. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise, crescent. Exhale, twist it right. Inhale, come back to crescent, lengthen your right leg. Exhale, bend your left knee, come all the way down to the floor. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Exhale, dragonfly twist, open up. Inhale, pivot to the outer edge of your left foot. Exhale, side plank pose. Inhale, high plank, roll forward. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Exhale. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Lengthen your leg. Exhale, bend your right knee. Come to the floor. Inhale, walk forward, low lunge. Exhale, dragonfly twist. Left hand up. Inhale, rotate on your foot. Exhale, side plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Let it go. So good. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, we're going to add on to these things, make it a little more challenging. You know these moves now. You don't have to add on. You can hold these poses that we've been doing and build so much strength in your body. That's completely okay. All right, listen to your body. Let it guide you. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, drinking bird. Airplane your arms, and here you lift your heels. Now, pause a moment, breathe. Notice what happens with your feet here. If you feel your heels going in and out, doing this, right? You have the Dorothy here, the ruby slippers. Separate your feet hip-width distance apart. When you're on your toes, all of those muscles deep within your ankle, your tendons, your ligaments, they can easily get strained. I am the queen of ankle injuries. A lot of you know this. So if you feel your ankles doing that, separate them. That way you're building strength without putting so much strain on them. Get lower in your hips. Scoop your pelvis. And then maybe you can even lift your heels a little bit higher. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. Here's where you really find that meditation. Can you follow the wave of your breath through something that's probably making your legs shake? And if your legs aren't shaking, A, good for you, B, get lower. Chest rises and falls. Ribs expand and pull. Belly fills and empties. Finding your breath through challenging things is exactly what the physical portion of your practice, that asana, is all about. Take one more breath in. Take one more breath out. Inhale to Tadasana. Set your heels down, rise and stretch. Exhale and find a little back bend. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Tuck your chin a little. Exhale, Chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist right. Now listen. Inhale, sweep your right hand forward and up and around. It's a big circle. Bring it to the back of your left thigh or your lower back for support. Reach your left hand high. Keep the deep bend in your right knee. Lift your gaze. Now you could stay right here or find exalted warrior and lean further back with your shoulders. It's a revolved back bend. Now, in order to protect your spine here, ribs pull together tightly, belly button in and up. Do not let that core lat go. Your hand is there for support. You can push into your leg or your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hip back, left hip forward, even here. All right. Inhale, crescent, rise, lengthen your legs. Exhale, bend your back knee, come on down. And here you're working on Skandasana pose. So Skandasana means surfer's pose. That will help you channel your energies. Track your left knee back. Your right leg is long. Now, the strength in your right leg, remember that, engage it. Dig your heel and bend your knee. Don't let it hyperextend. And you're working to bring your shoulders upright over your hips. And I'm gonna flip around. You stay as you are. So, shoulders upright over your hips. You walk your hands in. Maybe today your hands stay on the ground for balance, and that's okay. Just practice. If you feel like your balance is okay, you can bring your hands to heart center. If you feel like that's okay, Skandasana arms. Your back elbow, bent knee, bent elbow. Long leg, long fingers. Your fingertips reach forward. Now, Lastly, if you are going towards that full skandasana pose, you lift your hips off of your heels. Your legs will shake like crazy. Now, the key to that is utilizing both legs, not just your bent knee, but the long leg as well. If you just use that back leg to push off of the ground, you're not going to get the same height as if you use both legs to power you up. You're pushing the earth away from you. Now, no matter where you are, you breathe. So it's a lot of work for your body right here, especially your lower body. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. Lower your hips down. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Exhale, dragonfly twist. Inhale, rotate on your foot. Exhale, side plank and hold. Play with another variation. Maybe it's lifting your leg. Maybe it's a tree variation. Sole of your foot coming to your inner thigh, or a toe lock, grabbing your big toe, kicking your heel up. Play. Let it be fun within that hard work. And no matter where you are, you find your breath through it. Do you have your Ujjayi breath? If not, find it. You're almost there. One more full inhale. One complete exhale. Good. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath. And let it go. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, circle your left arm all the way up and over. Exhale, meet the back of your right thigh or lower back. Your right hand reaches up and you follow with your gaze. Keep the deep bend in your front knee. Don't lengthen yet. Now you can stay as you are. You can start to lean the shoulders back as it feels good. Follow your hand with your gaze the entire time through that. You're opening through the front line of your neck. The whole front line of your body starts to open. And it can be really difficult to breathe while you're twisting and holding the core lock in and stretching the front of your throat. Find Ujjayi breath through that, and you are really in that practice. All right, almost there. Inhale, circle both hands up, lengthen your left leg. Exhale, circle down to the floor, your right knee bends. All right, track your right knee back. Keep that left leg long. Squeeze the muscles in your left thigh, shoulders over hips. Same thing here. Now, the trick to getting upright is really in your lower abdomen, pulling up and in with your hip bones, again, which we've done so many times already. That points your tailbone down to the floor, so that's not sticking out behind you. Tailbone down, chest is high. Hands can come to heart center. You could find skandasana arms. Remember, bent leg, bent arm. Long leg, long arm. Lastly, push into the floor. Lift your hips as high as you can from your heel. Both legs. You are gripping with that left leg here. Allow the shake into your legs. Allow that extreme discomfort into your lower limbs. That's where you change. That's where you grow. It's not comfortable, but change rarely is. Wave of your breath, find it. So, so good. All right, lower your hips back down. Walk your hands forward to your lunge as you inhale. Exhale as you twist. Inhale, continue that roll on your foot. Exhale, side plank. Lift your top leg. Maybe bring it to tree. Maybe find a toe lock, but play around with it. Do something different. No matter what you do, keep lifting out of your bottom shoulder. Even if you're on your forearm or modifying in some way, always finding that lift out, thinking of pushing the ground away, not falling into it. It's like you're defying gravity with your own strength, saying, no, you're not going to fall. Stick with it. One more full breath in. One more slow breath out. Inhale to a high plank pose. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. A slow breath out. Inhale through your nose. Give a great big open mouth exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, drinking bird. Airplane your arms, lift your heels. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise, crescents. Exhale, twist. Inhale, circle your hand all the way up and over. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, crescent, lengthen your leg. Exhale, skandasana to the back, bend your left knee. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, dragonfly twist. Inhale, rotate on your foot. Exhale, side plank. Maybe you find a variation. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left toes high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, circle your arm all the way up and over. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, crescent, bring it back up, lengthen. Exhale, skandasana to the back. Bend your right knee, lengthen your leg. Inhale, bring it forward, twist. Exhale, rotate on your foot. Inhale. Exhale, find your side plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back down. Good, take a breath. Open mouth, let it go. Full breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful work. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat and have a seat. Now, here, bend your knees, keep your feet planted. Scoot your hips really close to your heels, and then roll on down to your back. Plant your palms on either side of your hips. Squeeze your glutes, those are your butt cheeks, as hard as you can to push your hip bones up towards the ceiling into a bridge pose. Now, watch your knees here. They like to go wider. Keep them in line with your hips. Feet stay parallel. Push into the back sides of your shoulder blades. I guess that is the back side. But if you really push down through here, rather than letting them just kind of be passive or round forward, maybe you start to walk them in towards each other, interlacing your fingers underneath you for a little bit of a chest expansion. Tuck your chin a little and then lift your heart a little higher. See which muscles are working to hold you. Which muscles can you utilize to expand your bridge? Take one more breath. And lower your hips down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees go wide. Place one hand on your belly and one on your heart. And Supta Baddha Konasana. And just breathe. Find your wave of breath. Your palms back to either side of your hips. Draw your knees in. Feet hip width distance apart. From here, you can push into another round of bridge. Or if wheel is in your practice, fingertips face your shoulders, palms all the way down to the mat. And then you push the ground away into your wheel. Now, whichever version you take, Make it strong. Watch your knees. They really like to go wide in both positions. Pulling them back in. So you're engaging through your inner thighs. Ribs still pulled together. That Uddiyana Bandha, core lock, is keeping your spine safe. While you allow your whole front line to open and stretch. I want you to hold this for 5 breaths. And at the bottom of your 5th breath, you come back to Supta Baddha Konasana. And as you find yourself coming back to Supta Baddha Konasana, try open mouth exhales. Release a little heat, a little sensation from your body. Both bridge and wheel are really big heart openers. And here we're using them more physically to stretch after all that work through your core. But those heart opening poses emotionally can do a lot. So when you open and expand through your heart area, your heart chakra, it can bring up emotions. It can be happy, it can be sad. It can bring up physical sensations. It can be dizziness, nausea, things that we associate with matters of the heart, in fact. So let those sensations into your body. Don't try to push them out. Just acknowledge them. Give them breath. Give them energy. And they'll start to dissipate. All right, draw your knees back in. And then bring your knees into your chest. And rock a little side to side. Feel that release in your lower back. Now find legs up the wall pose. Extend your legs overhead. Flex your feet. So your toes pull towards your shins and push the back side of your knees away from you. You're working to make your legs as long as you possibly can while keeping all of your spine pressed into the floor. If you want less sensation here, put a little bend to your knees. If you want more, keep your legs straight, but slowly start to bring them closer to your chest without rounding your hips off of the floor. You keep them grounded. I want you to feel stretch all the way from your Achilles into your calves, back side of your knees travels up into your hamstrings. And point your toes. And flex just your toes back. It's like a Barbie doll foot. And then flex your feet all the way back and circle your ankles. Bring your knees back into your chest, give it a little rock. And then set your left foot down. Cross your right ankle over your thigh and push your knee forward. So here's your supine half pigeon. You can stay like this. If you want a little more, bring your left leg in. If you want even more, interlace your fingers and pull it in. Just be mindful not to roll your hips off the ground. Keep them grounded. If it's not enough, then you push your right elbow into your thigh to push that knee further forward. You can use your hand. And if you want even more sensation, while you're pushing your knee forward, you lean just slightly to the left with your legs. Open your jaw. You can open and close a few times. And then let it hang open. Maybe let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. That is one of those places that we hold tension without realizing it all the time. And sometimes you don't even realize it until you've let go. Let your body start to really let go here. Just breathe into the sensations in your hip. Enjoy that relaxation that starts to come over your body as it realizes you're slowing down. Practice is winding down. If you have a grip on your leg, let it go. Keep your legs as they are as you begin to rotate them to the left. So that right knee is coming across your body in a supine twist. Keep your right shoulder grounded as your knee reaches down. If your right shoulder reaches off of the mat, bring back your hips until it can rest. That's as far as I want you to go. Now, within your supine twist, you can bring your gaze to the right. You can lengthen your left leg if that feels better. You could lengthen your right leg and kick your heel out while holding onto your toe for a whole lot of stretch through your IT band. Now, we did a lot of twisting today, So you don't necessarily have to make it a really intense twist. Maybe let this one just be really gentle and light and relaxing for your body. Make your way back to the center. Switch out your legs. Bend your right knee, cross your left ankle over, push your knee forward, pull your thigh in, whatever you want on this side of your body, you can take it. It may be different from the first side, and that's okay. And once you have found your supine half pigeon, I want you to find an area in your body that you're gripping or holding tension, and I want you to try and let it go. Similar to releasing your jaw. Maybe it's relaxing your shoulders. That's the other thing we like to do, is squeeze them up to our ears when we're stressed out. So relax. Find one area in your body where you can just let go. If you have your leg, release it. Arms out to a T. Breathe in. Breathe out and rotate your legs down to the right. Bring your left knee across your body. So your left shoulder will stay planted. Same thing applies, same rule. If it starts to lift, pull back with your hips. Your chest is open to the ceiling. Lower body is what is moved. You can find any variation in that twist for it to feel good in your body. Make your way back to the center. Bring your knees into your chest. You can rock a little side to side. You can take a happy baby. If there's any movements that you missed that you really want before you find your final Shavasana, absolutely, this is your practice, take them. To the center with your knees to your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins and squeeze a giant bear hug. Kick your shins into your arms to build tension in your body. Lift your shoulders off the mat to create that work in your upper body. Tuck your chin, reach your forehead in and curl yourself as small and as tight as you possibly can. See your intention that you set. See it clearly in your mind as you squeeze and let go of the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill all the way up. And with gratitude, open mouth, exhale, let go. Spread out, take up space, release your breath. Grow heavy on the ground. And just be. Seems like every time we start to get used to something, it changes. I was just sort of accepting summer as this really humid, hot, crazy time. And all of a sudden I woke up today and it's cold. And you can feel that shift, like, oh, it's almost fall. And some people's kids have started back to school. So as we go into these changes, invite them in. Change is scary no matter what. When everything is changing all at once, it's really intense. And I feel like the changing of seasons is always a little hard on our equilibrium, good or bad. But with everything else going on, that might feel a little more intense this year. take it with a little stride. Allow yourself a little grace physically, emotionally. Make it to your mat to help release some of those feelings. Stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to find that yoga off of your mat, you go do that. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy it. Know that the teacher in me honors the teacher in you. The light in me recognizes the light in each of you. And when we are all moving together, no matter where we are, we get to move as one. That's what yoga is all about. Yoga means to yoke, to unite. So know that we have this yoga, we have that ability to unite no matter where we are. So thank you. To you I bow. Namaste.